Welcome to the WION podcast. In this episode, we uncover why the world's most advanced aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. is retreating after a record 309 days at sea, exposing hidden damage, mounting pressure, and a shifting battle strategy in the Iran standoff. After more than 300 relentless days at sea, the USS Gerald R. is nearing the end of one of the longest and most demanding deployments in modern naval history. This comes as diplomacy between the United States and Iran remains deadlocked, and as US President Donald Trump warned that the US naval blockade against Iran could last months, even as oil prices surged to their highest level in over 4 years. Why is the USS Gerald R. returning home? Is it due to a major problem, or is this just a routine change of home port or station? The USS Gerald as per a Washington Post report citing officials familiar with the plans, is expected back at its home port of Naval Station Norfolk, Virginia, around mid-May. The USS Gerald has been through a grueling stretch. The ship has been experiencing repeated mechanical issues and accumulating wear that will require extensive repairs and maintenance once it returns to port. Earlier, it even sustained damage in a laundry room fire that injured sailors. USS Gerald has already been at sea for 309 days. The ship left port at Naval Station Norfolk on June 24th to sail for Europe. It was later directed by the Trump administration to sail across the Atlantic to the Caribbean. There, it assisted in the U.S. blockade of Venezuela's oil exports, and also the January capture of President Nicolas Maduro. Typically, ships are deployed at sea for 6 or 7 months to keep up their maintenance schedule. However, the USS Gerald R. has already been deployed for over 10 months. At a congressional hearing on Wednesday, lawmakers pressed Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on whether keeping the Ford at sea so long was worth the cost to the ship and crew. They noted that the USS Gerald Ford's extended absence from scheduled maintenance will also affect the readiness of other warships, since the yards that service them have limited capacity. "I worry about the USS Ford," said Representative Gil Cisneros. "What trade-offs are we making?" Hegseth acknowledged that a tough decision-making process had led to the extension, adding that the call was made in consultation with the Navy. The Ford leaves the region with 2 carriers still in place, the USS Abraham Lincoln and USS George H.W. Bush, both operating in the Arabian Sea to enforce the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. The Navy has now turned back 39 vessels, in some cases boarding and seizing them, to prevent oil and cargo from reaching Iran. Trump, meeting with oil executives this week, said the blockade was more effective than bombing. Speaking to Axios, the POTUS said that it could continue for months if needed. "They are choking like a stuffed pig, and it is going to be worse for them," he insisted. According to AFP, Brent crude futures have soared up 7.6% to $120 a barrel, the highest price in over 4 years, the highest since the early weeks of Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The economic ripple effects are widening fast. The UN Development Programme warned Wednesday that the war could push more than 30 million people into poverty across 160 countries, driven by soaring energy and fertilizer costs. "It's development in reverse," said UNDP Chief Alexander De Croo. Thanks for tuning in to this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come. Stay tuned.